All right, gang, we are back. It's been a minute. So we on this new vibe. It's not Bridge Chronicles right now. I'm actually walking the park, but I want to hop on. It's 2026, right? I just wanted to touch bases with y'all and run something just to put this in your head and realize with 2026, we're in 2026, and I just had some thought. I remember reading articles saying that Social Security will actually run out of money in like 2033, 2034. That's literally like 8 years from now. That's 8 years from now. So with that being said, we got 8 years to actually understand or either get better with our money. Because if not, nobody's going to save you. So you're going to be in a situation, we are going to be in a situation where we're going to be looking for help and nobody's going to be there to help you. So I want to say this though, I have no reasoning on why the government's going to run out of money, but I got some thoughts that I can actually share from my understanding, but I think that is actually going to happen. So not what's going to happen, but why is actually losing funding, or why is actually not getting the continuation is needed. And I'm going to tell you this, I believe it's coming from the recent change with the standard workforce that our economy is dealing with people losing jobs, and also a lot of people are going over to gig jobs, working from home, trying to do side hustles and not funding Social Security. You know what I mean? Not funding Social Security and not getting Social Security wages taken out of their income. It's a lot of people that's starting businesses since the pandemic. That's been going on. So that right there is actually helping not fund Social Security. And Social Security is actually getting funded now by the people that are working a standard job. So enough for nothing, you got to realize this though, that can be an actual issue. You know what I mean? We recently, over the last few years, had people lose jobs. Lots and lots of people lose jobs. And then on top of it, taking the fact that there's a lot of us as consumers resorting into consuming products, consuming food, consuming things that we want it right now. So, and the way to do that is we actually finding delivery services, drivers with food, with packaging and stuff like that. And these people don't realize that we are not funding Social Security by doing that. I'm not saying that, you know, we should be working a standard job. I'm not saying that. But this is just my thoughts on why I think Social Security is not being funded at the present time and why it may run out of money, because a lot of that's happening. You know what I mean? That's just my thoughts. All right, so just something I want to jump on and holler at y'all about and tell y'all. I'm pretty sure if you're not thinking about it, I think you should think about it, because whether you know it or not, Social Security is actually supposed to be gravy. It's supposed to be gravy on the plate that you already built in your working years. You know what I mean? I think I dropped a video in the past where I said that the average person working a job for 25 to 30 years should actually see, it's like 1.8 or 2.4 million dollars over the span of their working years of 30 years. If they work more than 30 years, it should be more, but you got to realize this: 1.7, 1.8 to 2.2, 2.4 million dollars over 25 to 30 years in your life. You should be able to build some type of retirement account for yourself or have money for yourself later. You should be. You should be. And I don't think you should be relying on government. But right now, Social Security, like I said, should be the gravy on top of the plate you already built. So if you haven't built the plate, let me just tell you what's happening. Over the next 8 years, you should be worried. You should be worried. You know what I mean? Because 8 years is not enough time to start investing and start building and start putting money aside for retirement or for some type of financial relief for you later. It's not enough time. So, you know, if you're over 40, I think you need to pay very close attention to this, and this should be a wake-up call. Even if you're over 30, anybody that's actually working a standard job or not, you should be paying attention to what's about to happen in the next 8 years. If not, I think you need to sit down with somebody. Like a financial coach, and help you restructure or try to find out what your financial situation looks like currently and how you can start planning to get things on track for the future. Yo, this is Coach Don. I'm out. I'm enjoying this weather. I'm enjoying this walk in the park, and I'll be back with you guys shortly or on the bridge this Sunday. All right, take care.